Yeah, I've been working, as you said, with people, helping them with cancer since really 1998, I guess. Wrote the first ebook about cancer in 2000, and of course began hearing from people all over the world, as you do with ebooks. Currently, I have subscribers to my newsletter in 59 countries, and I talked to a lady in India this morning and trying to help her with her mother, and did an interview with the gentleman last week from Australia, which is on the Web Talk radio show, which we'll talk about in a minute. So cancer is a worldwide problem with almost the same identical problems that we have in the United States, with people getting killed by the treatment, literally. That's not a far out statement at all. The majority of cancer deaths are caused by the treatment for cancer and not the cancer itself. I would say conservatively 85 to 90% of the people who die of cancer. The only cancers that are really threatening to life are those that block some vital portion of the body's operation. That can happen, in the colon and so on. But usually, cancer is very, very easy to reverse and heal if people understand it, understand what causes it, understand how to go about reversing it, and particularly what is important about their lifestyle choices that affect the cancer's growth and its persistence in their body. And the ways that I've discovered that work the best for healing cancer are also the best ways to prevent it. And I myself do the regimen that we'll talk about, which is in my book. It's pretty simple, actually. It's just some supplements, some of which come from our health co-op. Thank you very much. And the supplements and the changes in diet reverse people's physiology of their body, and the cancer goes away. It's quite simple, actually. Unfortunately, most of the people that I talk to or who come to me are coming as a last resort, more or less. I'm certainly not a medical professional, as you know. The only letters I have after my name are MBA, which don't have very much to do with cancer. I have learned a lot about it in 10 years of dealing with people who have it and helping them reverse it. So I think I know probably much more about cancer than any oncologist that they will ever meet in the world, literally, because oncologists, unfortunately, are working with blinders on. They are dealing with cancer in the way that we're trained in medical school to deal with it, and rarely, if ever, do they attempt to determine what the cause of the cancer is, what its nature is, and how to reverse that, which is pretty easy. It certainly becomes much more difficult if you damage the body with chemotherapy and radiation treatment, and even surgery in most cases is not necessary. The body is equipped to take care of cancer, and once you get it, learning what you can from the internet and any other source you can find. There's plenty of information available now, which wasn't there, unfortunately, when I tried to help my former wife back in the early 90s deal with ovarian cancer. The information that we have today was not available then. Possibly if it had been, I would have been able to help her live longer. But it wasn't. We essentially had to trust our doctors, and what happened to her is very typical of what happens to cancer patients. They get treated with toxic substances. Their health goes downhill. Their immune system becomes destroyed. They can't deal with any kind of outside pathogens at all, and they end up dying from the treatment. So folks, anyone listening to this, please, if you have cancer, let's talk about it. I suggest you look for information on the internet. We'll tell you here briefly, this is not a commercial, but I'll tell you how to find the book that I've written, which is one of the books that's available. There are many more. But if you go to the website, it's called beatingcancergently.com. You have to put hyphens between the words, but it's BEATING, the word cancer, the word gently, GENTLY.com, with hyphens between the words, or two hyphens in there. You'll find a lot of information about who I am and what I've done. There's about 2 years worth of my newsletters on there. You can sign up for the free newsletter that I put out every month at the website, very simply, and you can read a lot of free information there, and I suggest you do that before you decide to buy my book. I would like you to read, for example, the short course there at the website, which is about 6 articles on cancer that I've written. It'll only take about 3 or 4 minutes each to read. At that point, you'll understand how I feel about it, and if you agree with that approach, then certainly buy my book if you like. It's available as an ebook or a paperback. And once you've read that, I'm available on the phone to coach you, as I did the lady in India today, and as I do virtually every day for people, at least 1 or 2 people a day. And that's available. There's a coaching link at the website where you can learn about how to do that. The other way to listen to what I have to say about cancer is at a Web Talk Radio website, where I have a weekly show, about 34,000 listeners a week now, something like that. So it's very easy to listen to. The web address is www.webtalkradio.net, and when you get there, you'll find quite a few other show hosts, as we're called, and you just click on the show hosts link, and it will show you an alphabetical list of the programs. Mine is called How to Live Cancer Free, and you can listen to the current show or any of the 10 previous shows anytime you like. They're all archived there, and it's not like regular radio where you have to tune in at a certain hour.